Leatherwood.
What is good, YouTube, man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. Almost at the end of the week, you guys. Hang in there. But what better way to transition into a Friday than to talk about the latest news regarding the Las Vegas Raiders, what's going on with OTAs, certain things is happening with players and positions. So guess what? We're here to talk about it as usual. And really quick, shout out to everybody who's already in the building. We already got my brother Tubby in here, Valerie, Mark, GA Patriot, Raider Dangerfield in the building, blazing. Dangerfield again. What's up with my brother Tyler in the building? But listen, you guys, there is news. This is the first day that the media has had access to training camp, and there's already things being reported, and I love it. Shout out to more people pulling in. We got Kyle, we got Taz, we got my brother Kenneth in the building. Gorell Webster was good. GA says, evening, Andy, evening to you as well. Hope everything is going well with all of you guys. We got Reno Raider, BBQ and Raider. Saludos, carnal. What's good with you, my brother? Man, that shit looks fire, bro. Damn. Everybody look at this man profile pic. That shit looks fire, bro. The Nation in the building. Sinclair was good. But listen, you guys, there has been reports, and I don't know if it was meant to happen, but looks like media had access to the roster list and how it was listed. I'm not sure if that was like a leak or if they just really didn't care to see what happens, but hey man, some players were listed, and yes, still Alex Leatherwood was still listed as a guard, but was taking, as reported, was looking more and taking many more snaps at right tackle. And today, instead of working with the guards and the interior offensive linemen, he was out working with the offensive tackles. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys have been here with me this whole offseason. For those of you guys know that I've been saying that Alex Leatherwood was going to be moving back. You guys all heard me say that. There's no surprise on that part. In my opinion, I'm just glad that it's finally getting kind of confirmed so that there's some truth to it, validates my points a little bit. But to me, no surprise there. Not disappointed, not mad at that at all. Personally, I've been saying this. I think it's much harder to find an average right tackle than it is to find an above average right guard in the NFL. And if Carmen Brasillo feels like he can turn Alex Leatherwood into a better right tackle than what he could as a guard, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I know he had a shaky start to his career last year at the right tackle position. Even today, when they cranked up the noise, Josh McDaniels said that a couple of the linemen had some penalties. Alex Leatherwood had, I think, like one false start. But if you're gonna get those penalties out, let's get them out now. Let's get them out early. Let's get these guys up to speed and ready to go, man. Because I checked last night, you guys. We are 70 days away from NFL football for the Las Vegas Raiders. I am ready. So, hey man, if Leatherwood wants to get them false starts in practice, let him get them in practice because we'll need them once it comes to, I know it's preseason, but once it comes game time, it's game time. No more fuck ups. None of them. Shout out to everybody in the building. He said it was a typo on Hobbs. Yes. So that is interesting, right? Yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. We had the amazing film breakdown with over 230 of you guys in here of Patrick Graham's defense against the Kansas City Chiefs. And we should use that. The Kansas City Chiefs. Damn. That was like it was like a hiccup. I didn't mean to say it, but damn, we should use that. The Kansas City Chiefs. Damn. We should use that. But yeah, what I was going on was we were talking about how the defense, where people will be where. And today it was looking like Hobbs was listed as a safety. Now it was reported later on in the day that it was a typo, that Hobbs was not listed, was not meant to be listed as a safety. But at the end of the day, very, very interesting, right? Because Hobbs was, he was expected to be competing on the outside as well as on the inside for corner spots this year. That's what Josh McDaniels said in one of his early pressers once he got the job with the Raiders. Now, something to look at in this defense. Right now, we have a true safety with Trayvon Merrick, right? But who's going to play that Logan Ryan role? Is it going to be Merrick? I think Merrick could do it. But if you're going to have Trayvon Merrick playing that Logan Ryan role, that guy that's going to be, you know, nothing goes over the top, but when they need it, can drop down, play the slot, can drop down, cover a tight end, can drop down and cover a slot receiver. I think that Trayvon Merrick could be that, right? But who's going to be the partner in crime? Is it going to be Abram? Is it going to be Gillespie? Is it going to be Daron Harmon? Roderick Teamer? Who is going to be Trayvon Merrick's partner in crime? In my opinion, typo or not, I actually wouldn't be too mad when we are in our 3-4, when Hobbs is not available for the slot corner. I wouldn't be too mad if we put Hobbs on the field in certain sub packages as a safety that comes down to a box to guard a slot receiver or a tight end, because I feel like at that point you have elite run stopping ability at that point, right? In my opinion, Nate Hobbs is I think that he is one of the top, if not the top, slot corner in terms of stopping the run and filling run lanes in the NFL. So if you're able to have a 3-4 where you have 7 men in the box, and then you could bring down Nate Hobbs as a run support safety, that would be very, very interesting. And you guys, I'm sure that Patrick Graham will end up doing it, but him being listed as safety today was actually reported after that it was a typo. Interesting enough, you guys, maybe it'll bring up a thought. Maybe it'll bring up an idea for Patrick Graham in the system, right? But in my opinion, we still need that guy to pair up, because if you look at Patrick Graham's defense from what we saw last night, it was a duo. It was a tandem. It was never just one rocking out solo. It was not just one guy back there doing it all like in Gus Bradley's system, right? So we need somebody to pair up week in, week out for that role. Very, very interesting. Now, let me answer some questions real quick. Any other nicknames for the Chiefs? Nah, I think Kansas City Chiefs is perfect. I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect. Shout out to my brother LV Maximus in the building. Hobbs still playing nickel / safety. He could. We'll see. Wipe your feet like the vid, yes, sir. Let's get out into the algorithm, man. Hit the like button. Push this out to more Raider fans. Let's get them educated, man. I think Gillespie will give them a run for their money, though. Hey, I would love that. Tyree Gillespie coming out of college was one of my favorite pickups, even though in that draft class, I think we drafted like 2 or 3 safeties already. I was very happy when the Las Vegas Raiders selected him. I know in college he didn't have an interception, but he's a hard hitter. He's a guy that can come down in the box and really play a good role. So I would absolutely love for that to happen. And Tyree Gillespie, in his 3rd year can make a leap, or would it be his 2nd year? I think it'd be his 2nd year. In his 2nd year can make a leap. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And honestly, you guys, I'm gonna be honest. Last year with Gus Bradley's defense, I thought that Tyree Gillespie was gonna be Gus Bradley's Swiss Army knife. I thought Tyree Gillespie was going to be Gus Bradley's Desmond King. I thought he was going to be a guy who was going to play the slot, play safety, come down in the box. I thought he was going to do it all. He never got that chance. Hopefully now with Patrick Graham, he gets that chance. We'll see what we do going forward. Andy, are you looking forward to seeing Devontae Adams as a Las Vegas Raider? Valerie, of course. Of course. I think anybody would be ecstatic to see that happen. Just seeing him in our practice uniforms is it's still surreal as hell. Juan says, you think we go after Sue? who knows, right? Who knows? We were active yesterday. We picked up the defensive lineman from the Green Bay Packers. Now, I didn't drop a video on that, but we could talk about that right now. The breaking news of yesterday, after the whole Colin Kaepernick situation had been reported, was that the Las Vegas Raiders went out and signed 4-year veteran for the Green Bay Packers, and that was defensive lineman Tyler Lancaster. Now, he's a big guy, 6'4", 313 pounds. It's a big dude. And something about him that's very underrated is his versatility. He offers elite versatility on that defensive line. He can play that 3-4 edge role. He can play that nose tackle in the 3-4, as well as a 3 technique in the 4-3 defense. So very, very interesting on that pickup. Now, he's a guy that's really just a run stopper. I think he only has a sack and a half in his career. So nothing too crazy in terms of pass rushing, but something to look at, man. He could really help the run game for the Las Vegas Raiders in terms of stopping and eliminating big plays up the gut on that run defense. So I was excited to see that the Raiders added more depth. In my opinion, though, he's probably like the third, maybe second nose tackle on this roster. I would still put Kyle Pecco above him. And yes, it is Kyle Pecco, not Kyle Pico. Shout out to Max Crosby in today's press conference. He said it was Pecco, not Pico. So shout out to Max. Seeing that he was mostly a special teamer for sure. Like Doc said, he only uses us as leverage. What? Huh? Who? Tyler Lancaster? He only uses his leverage? Huh? Predicted our schedule the other day. I have our floor at 9-8 and ceiling at 12-5. Well, I have us going 12-5 this year, SBG. I have our 5 losses, one being to the Patriots, the other one to the Tennessee Titans, and then the rest is each team in our division we lose once. Those are my 5 losses. Andy, did you they said? Well, oh, did you see that they said Cap look impresses as on the workout? I did see that actually. I texted that. I did see that, and that's dope. I think it was also reported that it looks like the door's open for him. So, hey man, at this point, if the Raiders offer a contract, that'd be interesting to see how it goes down. Personally, though, I'm gonna be honest, and I said it in my video that I dropped. I I don't think that Kaepernick will come in and he'll be the backup. Like I think that Kaepernick is QB3 if he comes in. So that's how I feel. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know he has a nice resume, but personally, he hasn't played football in 6 years. He's been passing the ball around, which is great. But I mean, that's in shorts and a t-shirt at the end of the day, and it's not going up an NFL defense. So personally, I think he would come in and be QB3 until he proves himself. But yeah, I mean, if he signs and he makes the team better, let's do it. I'm all for it. All for it. I had us 12-5 too. Yeah, facts. Max always says the right things in the right way. Max is the GOAT, man. I guess my perspective is this is Cap better than Carr? No. Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, even Josh McDaniels said it. He said that this is Carr's team. There's no reason to look other like he just got $121 million, and we're saying that a guy that's not even been in the NFL for 6 years is going to even have a shot at that? No way. Not at all. Apparently, 2 more teams interested in Cap now. Go for it. Give the man a chance. I like our quarterback room right now. So if he comes in and brings more competition in, let's do it. If he goes elsewhere, I'm glad he got his shot. I don't really have like a super strong opinion on Kaepernick. I want the Raiders to win games. If he helps us win games, great. Simple as that. Andy, do you think the defense is going to rank in the top 15? I'd say around there. Yeah, I'd say probably 15, 16. Now, if we have a young defensive back that really, really steps up, I'd say we can go maybe as far as around like 11 or 12. I really, really would like to see how much Carr puts the league on notice once he has a defense that ranks in the top 15, 16 in the NFL. Like, teams will be like, well, what the fuck is happening? Like, where did this come from? Because us as Raider fans, we've been seeing it, right? Just give the man a subpar defense and we'll go far. We'll go far enough, right? And just to see it kind of unfold this way, that it's looking like it's shaping up like the Las Vegas Raiders may have a top 15, 16 defense this year. It's looking damn good. And it's looking up for the Raiders, man. Very, very excited. Route recognition and tackling is what a safety has to have. That's Hobbs all day. I called this a month ago. Look, um, I think a safety needs to have a little bit more than that. But yes, for the most part, yes. Facts. 100%. Come on, Nation. 103 in the chat and only 16. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's push this out into the algorithm for more Reddit fans to see, man. Let's get more Reddit fans in tune to the channel, man. He's gonna replace Marcus Mariota's RPOs. This is my thing. Look, if you want a guy that can run an RPO, like at that point, just get Cam Newton. Like at that point, just go get somebody that is still out on the market. Like if Cap wants to be that, but that'd be great. Let's do it. But at the same time, it's like it's hard to judge it because we haven't seen him play in so long. We haven't seen him play in so long. Like it's hard to judge it, but if you want somebody to go run the RPOs and you think that Kaepernick can do it, then sure. Because in my opinion, that makes a team better. And like I said, if it makes a team better, then go for it. But if you just want a guy to run the RPOs, and I don't really see that as competition, and I don't think that McDaniel see that as competition either. Like if you, I just don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it happening. Like if you think that bringing someone in just to play run the RPO system is competition, in my opinion, it's not. That's a role player at that point. And that's a role player that's going to take a roster spot away from somebody who could have a bigger impact. But like I said, if he helps the team, do it. I don't care. It could be LV Maximus for all I care. If LV Maximus can go out there and run the RPOs, do it. I don't care who it could be you, Juan, or Edgar, whoever. I don't care who it is. I really don't care. If it helps us win games, let's do it. Listen, barbecuing my brother BBQ Raider. Not too excited, but what's it called? We'll see. I think there's a game on Saturday, right, against Nigeria. Mexico playing Nigeria, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but it's not the World Cup selection. I don't think. I think that was just for these friendlies that are happening before. Diablo is the player to watch, in my opinion. I like Diablo a lot. I like Diablo a lot, man. I think he's a guy who's just going to continuously take these strides and become just a good all-around football player. And I'm very, very excited to see what we do with Diablo this season, right? Because he could really just ball out, man, and that could end up being a sneaky good pick from the Mayock Gruden era, right? You know, getting Divine Diablo, making him play linebacker, that could be a sneaky good pick, man. Andy, a middle of the road defense would make us deadly with highly powered offense. We have, all I could say is damn. Facts, Dangerfield. See, Cam will cost more. Andy Mullins looks pretty damn good coming off the bench against us last season. Just saying. I agree. Me, in my opinion, I said this. Nick Mullins would be the QB2. Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, bro, he has a good resume. He does. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like, I seen what Nick Mullins can do. We haven't seen what he could do. And I know Nick Mullins did that against, Gus Bradley defense, but he hasn't done it against no defense in 6 years. I have Nick Mullins. If Kaepernick got signed right now live, I would still have Nick Mullins as our number 2 quarterback. And that's a fact. That's how I have it. June 1st is approaching. TikTok. Facts. Juan says, I think Kenyon Drake is gone, to be honest. Interesting that you say that. Because let me pull this up on the screen for you guys. Let me pull this up on the team on the screen. I said on the team. Let me pull this up on the screen for you guys really, really quick. And check this out right here. These are guys that were not present for today's practice. Shout out to Tashawn Reed. He says, not many hashtag Raiders practice observations from today. It was tough to see much during team drills from where media were positioned, but a few players who I did not see on the field. One, running back Kenyon Drake. So, Juan, you may be up to something. Two, defensive lineman Jonathan Hankins. As we know, he just had surgery. Defensive lineman Vernon Butler. I was never high on this guy in the first place. I really didn't give a shit when we signed him. Cornerback Trayvon Mullen and safety Tyree Gillespie. All guys were not present for 2 days practice. And Kenyon Drake for his sake, Kenyon Drake and Jonathan Hankins are both recovering from injuries. I'm not too sure what's going on with Vernon Butler. Trayvon Mullen is also recovering from a surgery as well. Excuse me on that. And I'm not too sure what's going on with Tyree Gillespie. So we'll see what happens and goes down. But I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys were not there and present today for practice. Interesting. Now, another thing that was said was shout out to Tashawn Reed again. Denzel Good, the versatile guard, is back, but in a limited fashion. Now, Denzel Good was out there, but he was on the sidelines. He wasn't out there with team drills and that kind of stuff. So this is exactly what he said. Guards Denzel Good did not practice in individual or team drills, but he was off working with the training staff throughout practice. Josh Jacobs was wearing a jersey but did not wear a helmet and didn't practice in individual or team drills. So 2 guys there. I'm not too sure what's happening with Jacobs. I'm not too sure if he had like a lingering injury. We all know that Denzel Good, blew out his ACL. But yeah, not too sure what's happening with Josh Jacobs, but we know that we ran him a lot last year, so not really surprised that maybe he's still, nurturing a injury that he may still have from last year. So we'll see. Let me pull something else up for you guys really quick. But let me answer some stuff real quick. The Raiders beat Colin back in 2013. It's a fact. Perryman was funny at the presser. You not getting me? Perryman was real Marshawn Lynch-esque today. He wasn't. It didn't seem like he was fucking with the media. So it is what it is. Hold on. Let me scroll back to the top. Shout out to Rose says, hi, Andy was good with the nation. Shout out to Ro in the building. Raider Casper. I watched Moon Smoke us up front personal. Yeah, that was tough. Oh, man. That was tough. Colin is all cap? Damn, we the people? Really? Hey, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, bro. If it helps us win games, fucking do it. Let's see. Yeah, he was real. Perryman was acting real Marshawn Lynch-esque today. I believe we should use the $25 million on Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow, so our offense is secure to achieve at their highest level. Interesting. That'd be. I mean, I would be very happy if we used most of the money towards an extension on both those guys. But Darren Waller, I don't see Darren Waller getting an extension until next offseason. Purely because of his contract, it doesn't really allow him to negotiate a new contract until the 2023 offseason. Mullins had foot surgery. Yes, he did. Vernon Butler's a bust. I mean, he was a first-round pick that did not do shit. You're not lying. Let's see. Drake might get cut next year, not this year. We owe him too much money. Dark Raider, he's not under contract next year. He's only under contract for this year. Now, I'm not sure if you knew this, but we actually restructured Kenyon Drake's contract earlier on in the offseason, Dark Raider. And he's going to be getting paid by the Las Vegas Raiders for the next 3 years, even though he's only playing for us for this year. So we restructured his contract to the point where even when he's not with us, he's getting paid like $2 million for like 3 years after that. Let's see. Waller can't be extended. Yeah, exactly. You have to pay the players so that they play at the highest level. You won't give your all at a job if you weren't getting paid well, would you? Exactly. I you make a good point, Ismail, but at the end of the day, I've worked at jobs where I put my best foot forward every single day and I was getting underpaid. So, yeah. I mean, you're making a good point because I don't work there no more. But I know there was months, years where I did that. It was like a year where I did that. So we'll see. We'll see. But I agree, you make a valid point there. Yep, bust. Yeah, I mean his fucking first round pick that didn't do shit. Let's see. Five guys that the Raiders could target post June. Shout out to Sean, man. Always putting in this work. He says, number one, Daryl Williams, 29 years old, offensive tackle slash offensive guard. Number two, defensive tackle Dominican Sue, 35 years old. Three, wide receiver Odell Beckham. Four, he's an inside linebacker, Dante Hightower. Five is Mackenzie Alexander. That'd be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. I really hope we use Hobbs in the slot. Yeah, I hope he kind of sticks to that. Now, if they think that they can get something more out of him by playing him at a different position, by all means, do it. By all means, do it. I am all for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was interesting as well. Let me pull that up on the screen. During an offensive red zone drill today, the offense lined up incorrectly and not on the right page. Therefore, the whole entire offense ran a lap. That's funny because when what's her um Josh McDaniels, there we go. I don't know how I just forgot his name. When Josh McDaniels spoke on his presser today, he was saying that really that was more on the offense, kind of wanted to take that punishment into their own hands, simply because they knew that they could have had a better team period. They simply knew that they could have done better for those minutes and work period. So I'm glad that the discipline is also not just coming from the coaches, but the discipline is within the players' action as well, to kind of monitor themselves and understand that they definitely could get better and have better time execution. I like that right there. Um, any more talk about Cole Beasley? Kyle, I never really mentioned Cole Beasley too much, but I would say this: I would prefer Cole Beasley over Julio Jones. Yeah, I said it. It's just a baller, man. He's a baller. Him and Renfro. Could you imagine you go five wide and you got those two little monsters running ragged in the inside of the field, and then you got Waller, Devontae. Oh my god, that'd be crazy. That would be insane. What's your record prediction, Ismail? I have us going 12-5 on the year. That's what I have us doing. You did say the triple A was vital. I did. So that's what I said. Triple A, alignment, assignment, attack. Got to do all them things. You got to do all them things. Anyone watching the game, holy Andrew Wiggins. Who the fuck is Andrew Wiggins? Work ethic is a personal choice. Players took the job at a price. So why would they expect us to change the terms based on what other players make? Yes, this means Waller. Hey, man. That was a fact right there. That was a good one, Crusher. Damn, Andy, nah. What happened? What'd I say? Oh, shit. What the fuck? What'd I say? God damn it. Most people I'm hearing all say 12-5, but everybody has different teams predicted for the losses. Yeah, I think that the Tennessee Titans will be a tough task at the beginning of the season, week 3. I think that our young interior defensive line will be too young and too green to win that game. But I feel like us going up against Tennessee early on helps us beat Indianapolis later on in the season. So it is what it is. Who is my surprise cut? Mm, my surprise cut. Surprise cut. Um, honestly, hmm, surprise cut. Damn, I'd probably have to say Kenyon Drake. He wasn't at practice. Maybe he gets cut. Maybe they don't think that injury is gonna heal up to speed. How fast? Oh, Cole Beasley over Julio. Hey man, I'm just thinking on who could produce more in this offense. Personally, I would like Julio too, though. I mean, one or the other. I mean, Cole Beasley has been healthy, so I just feel like he can impact the team more. But Julio would be amazing though. Great thing to bring up. Shout out to my brother Sean. Yes, so there was a new rule change on the IR. I think now you can have more players on the IR, but the practice squad used to be limited to 12 players and 3 practice squad protections a week. Now you can have 16 players on the practice squad, but I believe it's still only 3 protected players a week. So who knows if the Las Vegas Raiders would have still, placed Sincere McCormick on IR, knowing that they could have had more players on the practice squad. Interesting way to look at it. Interesting way to look at it, man. Very, very interesting. Amik is your surprise cut. Perryman, Jonathan Abram. I could see Amik getting cut, but I wouldn't really be super surprised about that. I wouldn't want him to get cut, but I could see that happening. Miller said Leatherwood looked lighter and in shape, fast on his feet. Yes, that is true. That is true. Colton Miller did mention that about Alex Leatherwood, that it looks like he slimmed down. So very, very interesting to see that. He also touched up a little bit on rookie Dylan Parham, who was reported today only listed as a guard. I don't want to say I was right, but yeah, I was right. Um, but yeah, I mean, Dylan Parham, he said that he's a smart kid, strong, learning up to speed. So very, very interesting to see that. And Alex Leatherwood, man, like I was saying, going back to offensive tackle, I like it. I like it. Sebastian said, Andy, what's good? What's good with you, Sebastian? How you been? Oakland. No, Oakland was hot as this entire week, and then today was just cold. Who's my starting linebackers in the base defense? Base defense, first and second down. You got Divine Diablo and Denzel Perryman as the 2 middle linebackers. Outside linebackers I have is Chandler Jones and Chandler Jones and I mean, yeah, I go Jayon Brown. I mean, it's tough though, but in our 4-2-5 in our nickel defense, it still have to be Denzel Perryman and Divine Diablo on first down, and then I think Perryman gets taken out on second and third down, for Jayon Brown for sure. Let's see, surprise cut hunt. Hell nah. Don't even put that shit out there. Off topic, but my aunt is married to Leatherwood's uncle. Leatherwood would be a surprise cut. That's crazy. That'd be interesting. That's dope though. That's dope though. You got family that's related to the Raiders first round pick. That's dope. That's dope. Andrew Wiggins plays for Golden State. With all due respect, man. Basketball. It's not my bread and butter, man. Watch out for Malcolm Kuntz. Facts will feed off of Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. That's very true. That is very true. That is a fact. Now, one thing that the media was able to squeak out of Denzel Perryman today, was that the same way that a lot of us have been saying pick your poison on the offensive side of the ball. Denzel Perryman was saying pick your poison when it comes to our edge rushers with Max Crosby, and Chandler Jones. Very, very interesting. Straight up, Raider Casper. The disrespect with the hat. Hey man, you know me, brother. If it looks good, I'm wearing it. Unless look, I have no loyalties to baseball. I support the A's because they are from Oakland. But let me tell you this. You couldn't come in here and ask, or yeah, you can come in here and pull out one San Francisco Giants hat. I don't own one because I'm not loyal to my city, right? But the rest of these fucking baseball teams, fuck them. I'll wear the hat. I'll wear the hat. It's fucking baseball. These motherfuckers out here playing catch with a fucking stick in their hand. Fuck that game. Hell no. But you couldn't tell me to pull out a Giants hat because I don't own one. Would never do it. Would never do it. Astros are worse than the Giants. Listen, Astros, I don't even know where they're from. I'm assuming it's Houston because of the H. But yeah, I don't know where they're from. So yeah, but yeah, I don't care for baseball, man. But you'll never see me wearing a Giants hat. Never see me wearing a Giants hat. We won't do that. No, no, no. Andy, you have a Club America hat? Oh, you mean like my soccer? No, my brother. I gave it to my brother. I gave it to my brother. Andy's drip is about color and comfortability. Um, when it comes to baseball, yeah, because I have no loyalties to it. I don't care. It's baseball. Like, come on. Fuck, who the fuck cares about baseball? Yes, Houston. See, I knew it. I knew it. This motherfucker ain't. Yeah, man. You know, it's baseball, man. Like, come on. But listen, back to back to football. I'm just overall excited to see that we have. I believe it was reported a 95% attendance rate today. Shows very, very, very good in terms of it just reflects well on the organization, right? You got players left and right. Lamar Jackson isn't even at his Ravens um, practices. I think that there's a couple of guys that didn't attend their OTAs either. So we'll see what happens. Right now, for the rest of the month of May and the beginning of June, it's not mandatory. It becomes mandatory June 7th, June 8th, and June 9th. Those are mandatory days. Those are all mandatory days. So if players on our team still don't show up on those days, then we got a problem. But as of right now, you can kind of sweep it under the rug, although some people may not like it, right? Um, let's see. Andy need one of them. Half A's, half Giants hat. Battle of the Bays hat. Nah. Let's see. McDaniel said he saw some things he could fix with Cole Miller. I love that they want to get good players even better. That's a fact, bro. That is a fact right there. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you don't want to just be like, okay, I got a roster. Here are my stars. Um, do what you please, right? No, we're gonna come in. We're gonna try and make you better. Simple as that. Simple as that. I like that right there. It is critical that we get home field advantage in the playoffs. Can you imagine going to Buffalo for the AFC Championship game? I could imagine that. I could imagine that. Because at the end of the day, I think we'll be in the AFC. And I'm playing. I don't know. I don't know where we'll be, man. I don't know where we'll be, but I definitely could imagine traveling to Buffalo because of just we got the hardest division of football, bro. It's gonna be hard for us to be at the top of our conference when we have to face fucking 6 games of our schedule are hard as hell. So we'll see. 95% going to flop if you'll flop on who was pivoting today. Bro, what? 95% going flop. If you'll flop on who was pivoting. There has to be some hidden meaning behind that. Has to be. Malcolm will be fired. Facts. Who's the backup for Nate Hobbs in terms of the slot? Um, The good thing that we have right now is that let's say that Trayvon Mullen and Rocky Sin are week one starters, right? Anthony Averett could be your backup as well as play outside corner. Anthony Averett has experience in the slot as well. He's talking NBA. Not really. The fastest pivot in the AFC West is a Wolfpack. Hey, bro is speaking in a different language right now, man. Devontae Adams plays well in cold weather, not an issue no more. Facts. Renfro should be the last money we spend until training camp cuts. Keep our powder dry, as the saying goes. I'm with that. He's talking hockey. I don't know what he's talking, bro, but I don't understand him at all. Brown came for my job? What? What do you mean? Brown came for your job? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Hey, Rainer Dangerfield, I am lost, man. Andy, I've seen Max line up inside, Max Jones same side. Yes, you'll see that. You'll see that. Something that I feel like you'll see a lot this year is Patrick Graham overloading his best rushers onto one side, while he overloads the line of scrimmage. Right? We saw it last night when we were reviewing the tape where there was times where he had an odd front with only three defensive linemen there, and he would put two rushers right next to each other, and then one rusher kind of on an island all the way on the other side of the offensive line or on the defensive line. And what he did then was he filled all the gaps with linebackers who faked the rush and then dropped back into coverage. So it'll be very interesting. I definitely feel like there'll be times though where Max and Chandler Jones will be on the same side, rushing from the same side. That's what I think. Um, Man, Andy got lost in the sauce. Man got Andy. Bro, boy. Does the defense score any points this year? If so, who? Listen. At the end of the day, when it comes down to scoring points, our defense scored points last year, man. Shout out to Casey Hayward. We had one. We had one. We had one. Defensive play. We had a safety on the Miami Dolphins. But do I think that this defense will score points this year? Yes, I do. I think that Jayon Brown will get a pick six. And I think the defense will go up from there. He's talking every sport but football. Yeah, I don't know. I'm the same while I was good, born in. Keep Lamar's name Oda mouth. Isn't it funny, right? I don't know how to say his name. Keep Lamar's keep Lamar out your OTA mouth. He ain't no Raider. Listen, man. As long as Lamar is out of your OTAs, I'm gonna say whatever I want. Like, I'm sorry. I'm assuming you're a Ravens fan, right? So you must have a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth from, you know, that week one thriller, right? Where you guys just got fucking exposed, man. Exposed in front of everybody. In front of everybody. The whole NFL, man. The whole NFL saw your top corner quit on the play and ended up losing you guys the game. Isn't that funny? The whole NFL saw Zay Jones make your best corner quit. Quit at the end of overtime. Man, that must be a sad case. On top of that, the whole NFL saw Lamar choke with two fumbles. Oh, buddy. Sad, sad day. On top of that, who's Lamar going to throw the ball to, buddy? Who's he throwing the ball to? Who? Who? His number one target is gone. His number one wide receiver is gone. He's going to keep throwing to that tight end. Nah, man, can't do it. Can't do it. Max was on that. Yeah, for sure. The nation. Humphrey was like, nah, we lost. Zay called. Fact, Sebastian. It's a fact. It's a fact. Let's see. Yo, Andy, who's your number one target after June 1st? My number one target after June 1st. That's a good one, man. Number one target. Who? Um, Rashad Bateman. Yeah, Mr. Whole Lot of Nothing last year. Yikes. Yikes. Um, number one target? I mean, like what it's interesting, man. It's interesting. Like my heart wants to go with Daryl Williams, but at the same time, it's like it's looking like we have our guys on the roster, right? It's looking like we have this nucleus. I would say that my top two guys would be a veteran defensive tackle in Ndamukong Suh or Akeem Hicks. That's what I would go with. That's what I would go with. We need a running back. Damn. Damn. All that and went to we need a running back. I think y'all need 10 from the way the Chargers were just dropping like flies last year. Andy, if Leatherwood stays at right tackle, what does our O line look like right now? The same that I've been giving. I think the best offensive line with Leatherwood at right tackle ends up being right tackle Leatherwood, right guard Good, center Andre James, Dylan Parham left guard, and then Colton Miller left tackle. Bingo. Simple. Or if Leatherwood or sorry, if Denzel Good is not healthy or fully healthy by week 1, you could slide Mr. Jermaine Illumina right there. Right there. Yeah, running back. Your running back is not at OTAs right now, man. Your running back is not attended. He is not attended your OTAs, man. Lamar? I'm assuming that's who you're talking about, right? Yeah, your running back isn't at OTAs, man. Your running back is not in the building. Sorry about that. And a speedy receiver. Hey, man, I'm a fan of Tyron Johnson, man. I'm a fan. Trayvon, well, Trayvon, who? Gabe. Salute Nation. Good evening. Good evening to my brother Sinister, man. Who are our QBs if CK get cut? Colin Kaepernick isn't even on the roster to get cut, Valerie. So our quarterbacks right now is bottom to top is Chase Garbers, Stidham, Nick Mullins, and DC. Boom. Derek Carr got Zay paid, and therefore the money was too high, so he couldn't stay and took himself to Jacksonville to play with Trevor Lawrence. That's just what our QB does. Gets wide receivers paid. Facts. Facts. Other teams' quarterbacks just, play running back. That's what they do. This line is going to have a lot of depth and flexibility. Cannot wait to see them in action. That's a fact. I mean, going into last season, right, the depth was pretty poor, right? Like you had Denzel Good go down, and then you had Jermaine Illuminor step in, and then we had Brandon Parker starting at right tackle the whole year, and it just wasn't looking so good, right? Although a lot of us felt like Illuminor should have been starting over Parker, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. So we'll see. We'll see. What the hell are you in this chat for? Talking about another team. Facts, Eric. Facts. Let's see. Raider Nation, we exposed the Ravens are ridiculous. Yeah, it is what it is, man. My brother Kenneth, shout out to you, man. Hey, man, switch that Q, Kenneth. Just slide an R in front of it, man, and then you got a perfect comment there. Was it ever decided if we were having joint practice with the Patriots? Chris, I think it was after our first preseason game, we end up having joint practice with the New England Patriots. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. I'm not really sure how they're going to find a neutral ground. Like, I don't think that it would benefit either team to travel coast to coast just to practice. Or I really don't know where they would find neutral grounds to do those practices. But I guess it's, one team's gonna have to travel um, to practice with the other one. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think at the end of the day, though, it makes more sense for New England to travel to here, right? I mean, we're the ones with the newer stadium and practice facilities and all that kind of stuff. Raiders, the most dangerous third down team in the NFL. Weapons, than LA gang, more weapons than an LA gang fight. Damn, that's a fact. Leatherwood is good. He got thrown into the fire last year. Yeah, we the people, but at the end of the day, I feel like that ended up helping him, right? Like you heard how confident Josh McDaniels was when he was speaking of Leatherwood when he first came in. He was speaking very, very positively and very, very highly of the fact that yes, Leatherwood played a lot of snaps. Yes, it was his rookie year, but ultimately he feels like that'll help the development of Leatherwood in the long run. With the fact that he got all those snaps and reps under his belt year one, that it'll now allow him to take his, usually the best and the largest step for a player is from year one to year two. So we'll see what happens with that. Tom Cable is overrated as an offensive line coach. We had 5 former offensive tackles on our offensive line. Too many conversions. Facts. The team stays the week. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, LV. Uh, Jonathan Abram to Cincinnati for Jesse Bates. You doing it, Andy, if since he was that stupid? 10 times out of 10, Sean, for sure. 10 times out of 10. Hello, Crush. That's my brother Crusher. We need a running back as good as Brady's running back. Lamar's so raw he don't need a RB and can go 5 wide as opposed to New England or Tennessee. Man. There's delusion. And then there's just another word that shouldn't be said out loud. That's him. Since he can't be that stupid. Facts. Does Hobbs take it to the next level in year 2? I think he does, man. He gets a defensive coordinator that probably allow him to blitz more, which is something that we saw Hobbs do well in. A defensive coordinator that will allow him to move around and maximize his versatility and untap some um, and tap into some untapped potential. That's what I meant to say. We got the Pat. We play the Pats in preseason in New England. That's probably where they will hold joint practice. That would make sense. Um, Ravens live must have got canceled or something. No, they don't have a live. That's the problem, Tyler. They come here. They come here to talk about their running back situation. What the fuck? Like what? Do you think Parham will be better than Leatherwood? They play 2 completely different positions. But do I think that the fan base will like Parham more year 1 than they like Leatherwood? Parham more than they like Leatherwood in year 1? Yes. I think that the fan base, the Red Nation fan base, will appreciate Parham more in his first year than what it's looking like we appreciate with Leatherwood. Was Bam out there today? Yes, Bam was out there. The only players that were not out there was Jonathan Hankins, Kenyon Drake, Trayvon Mullen. Who else? Who's the other one? Vernon Butler was the last one, I believe. Those were the ones out there, and Josh Jacobs was out there with a jersey, but did not practice in individual drills or team drills. Denzel Good was out there but did not practice in individual or team drills, but was on the sideline with trainers getting worked on. Parham shook my hand in Bakersfield last Saturday. That's dope. That is dope. Hankins just had surgery. Yes, Hankins. I'm pretty sure Drake is still recovering from his surgery. Mullen is still recovering from his surgery. So we got some guys that are a little banged up. Jacobs, yeah. YouTube, What about YouTube? If Bam makes the team, they on the roster trying to have him backing up Miller. Everything will keep changing, I guess. I hope we got to see some Bam. I want to see that 6'7" decent work. Hey, I will promise you guys this: if there's ever some film, or if there's ever like a video of him, I will put it up on the channel. As long as I'm like not stealing other people's shit. But yeah. Um, y'all need yeah, Raiders not Ravens channel. Facts. Facts. Never wash your hand again. I'm dead. I'm dead. Zeus about to take over. JJ to wait, keep messing around. Hey Omar. Um, next man up mentality, right? Next man up mentality. That's the mentality we gotta have. Zeus and all these boys are out there practicing, and Jacobs isn't. I mean, who knows why, but we'll see. Damn, that was a long yawn. Pause. Who you got, Tank or Rolly? Rolly's a joke. Rolly is a joke. That should answer your question. But I'm very happy that Tank is leaving uh, Mayweather's fuckery after this fight. Who has more total yards, Kenyon Drake or Zamir White? Zamir White has more total yards. That's my honest opinion. Leatherwood's problems are all technique. AJ, I disagree. It's all mental. I think his only technique deficiency is hand placement. That's it. That is it. I think that his technique with footwork is absolutely refined. I think with the way that he's able to anchor when getting bull rush is refined. I think that the way that his technique with his drop back is amazing. I really think that his only deficiency when it comes to technique is his hand placement. And yes, I think that Carmen Basilio can have that. But I think that more of his problems is more mental and discipline. That's what I think. Zamir White runs strong in between the tackles. Zeus is here. That'd be dope. They need to start Zamir White. If Jacobs goes down, hey man, he may start regardless. Tank, yeah. Nobody's job safe. That's why. Who do you think will play in the Hall of Fame game? I have no idea, but I'm hoping to see a lot of these UDFAs and backups. I don't want to see none of these starters out there, bro. None. Unless it's these starters that are kind of like battling it out with the backups. Like, I want to see Simpson out there. And then I want to see Jermaine Illuminor out there. And then I want to see Leatherwood out there, and then I want to see Good out there. I want to see those guys, but I don't want to see these certified starters go out there. No. Uh, Cable didn't help Leatherwood anything last year, and he had a hard on for Illuminor. He'll be ice cold. Ain't Circus coaching him? Facts. But I think KD is still recovering from surgery, right? He had surgery in December, a week before Christmas. Yeah, his surgery wasn't too long ago. It was for his ankle. So we'll see. What do you think of Hobbs at safety? Well, it looks like it was a typo, but I would entertain the fact of Hobbs moving to safety for a couple of reasons. I think that he has the range to play the back end if asked. And we, of course, saw his coverage ability last year in the slot playing against tight ends and slot receiver. It's very, very good. So maybe he could play, but it does look like it was reported later on that it was a typo. But I would entertain the fact that he could play strong safety in like a base 3-4 where he's not where there's no nickel back on the field. I would entertain that. What's the take on Gillespie? My man's couldn't see the field with a pretty respectable defensive DB coach last season. Now it still seems to be an outside looking in. Well, Tyree Gillespie wasn't at practice. He wasn't there. For whatever reason, he was not there. And yes, I said that last year, Omar. Why the hell is Ron Miles, extremely well respected defensive backs coach, not putting Tyree Gillespie on the field, but he's putting fucking what's his name? What's our backup safety? Not Eric Harris, not Jeff Heath. Fucking, you know who I'm talking about. Dallin Levitt, but he was putting guys like Dallin Levitt out there, right? So it's like you ask yourself, what is he doing wrong to not get on the field? And then right now, with him not being at practice, it's not really helping him. It's not really helping him. So we'll see. We'll see. But my thoughts on him is that he's a guy with high upside that I had very, very, very high hopes for coming in to the Raiders. I really, really, really did. I was absolutely ecstatic when the Raiders got him. One of my favorite pickups. But we'll see. My brother AJ, he says he leans too far forward when he's kicking back. He needs to let guys run into him so he can use his strength and arms. But I agree with some of you. Some of it is mental leads to bad technique. Yes. Um, when it comes to the second point, I would have to double back on your first point. I could be wrong on that, but when it comes to your second point, that's not really what you want. Like, honestly, letting guys run into you isn't really what you want because they then have all the momentum in the world to give you a dominant bull rush. Now, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I understand what you're trying to say, but I think it was worded a little off. Letting guys just run into you is not really what you want. It's how you get put on your ass. But I understand what you were trying to say, and yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, I think that most of his game, outside of your first point, that I would definitely have to double back on before touching up on that. Pause. Um, I think we both kind of agree to an extent. Our new team name is New Vaders, thanks to New England. Yeah, no, it's not. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. It'll be interesting to see Zeus and Drake in the lineup together. It would be very, very interesting. Go ahead and throw Isaiah Polamau in there. Facts. Facts. Give him a shot. We'll see. That's 6'4". 6'4", ran like a 4.5 40 or something. Good box safety right there in college. We'll see. Andy, what do you think about Cleveland Furl this season under Graham defensive scheme? Kyle, it was said earlier on in the off season that apparently Patrick Graham tried to trade, or he tried to get the New York Giants office to trade for Cleveland Furl earlier on last year. Very, very interesting. Um, Running back White, only W's Jags will get all year. Gonna have the starting 22 out there all game. We'll see. We'll see. Sup, Andy? What's good with you, teen? How you doing? My brother Digital Prez is in the building. Will Abram improve in pass coverage? Only time will tell on that one. Only time will tell on that one. Andy's low key an Astro fan, bro. I'm a fan of this hat, man. It looked nice, so I got it. You got the baby blue brim. You got that logo, whatever it is, low key looks fire. And then you got the little baby blue patch. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't even know this team, but I was like, you know what? I gotta have that. That shit is fire. But like I said, you will never catch me with no San Francisco Giants shit on. Cause no. Fuck them. You can't have no cheater team hat. Oh, this team cheated? Hey man. They're not cheating, they're not trying to win. Facts. Facts. Abram at linebacker. Listen, team. For those of you guys who are interested in seeing film of Abram at linebacker, I have a whole, I think it's like an hour-long film breakdown, just like last night, of Abram against the Cleveland Browns, where he had, I believe it was 90% of his snaps was at the linebacker position or at the sub linebacker position. So if you want to see that, is further down in the channel. But I like Abram in the box and at the linebacker spot. He fits well there. Um, Andy, do you see us getting another cornerback? And if so, who? Man. Do I see us getting another one? Sure. I don't know who the hell they would grab. Um, If it was up to me, though, I'm sure somebody in the chat could let you guys know who I would get at corner. It'd be Jimmy Smith, man. Give me the veteran. Give me the veteran, Jimmy Smith. Give me Jimmy. Jimmy Smith. Let's run it. Nah, not Chris Harris. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. But no, fuck Chris Harris, actually. He chose the Chargers over us. Boo. Zeus gonna break cats off? I hope so. Come on, our head coach is a cheater. Who's our? Oh yeah, facts. You know what I mean, Lois. Too much. Yeah, I know. That's yeah. Let's see. I lost a bet on it. Man, I don't care about this team, man. I don't care about this team. The hat just looked good, man. Okay? Just leave it there. The hat just looked good. That's it. I'm even look at the camera. The hat just looked good. Look, everybody's in here is about to say, hold on, wait, I never noticed you don't look at the camera. Yes, I don't look at the camera. Okay? Because if I looked at the camera, I'd be blinding myself. Okay? But now you know. I don't look at the camera. I look at myself. Thodes, I like that. Who is Thodes? Who the hell is that? But I mean, listen, you guys, it is really not much else to talk about. I didn't cover everything. We had some fun. Hour 10 minutes today. Good live. We should have another one. I'm not sure unless there's breaking news. Man, I don't know. I might have to go live if there's breaking news. But y'all better leave Andy in his damn facts. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. But yeah, man. Unless there's breaking news in the morning tomorrow before I go to work, I would drop that video. If not, I will either drop a couple of videos during the day or just come here with a live for you guys. But as always, you guys, I love you guys. Stay safe. Have a blessed night, and just listen to this fire ass outro that Digital Prez made, okay? I love this shit. Listen to it.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.